All right, y'all, what's going on? Quick video. Brian Robinson Jr. just got signed by the Atlanta Falcons, and this is a lot better than any other running back I actually thought about being re-signed or being signed by the Falcons. I thought we was going to go after Nick Chubb or something like that, even though Tyler Algier was like a little bit better than Nick Chubb as far as physicality. We just thought that Nick Chubb, with the familiarity of, Kevin Stefanski, we thought that we was going to get a guy like that. That's what my opinion was. But turn around, we pick up Brian Robinson. And I don't think anybody had this on the radar. Standing at 6'1", 225, he is basically a Tyler Algier junior, basically. I mean, they got the same size. The running style is obviously different. Brian Robinson could do a little bit more out the backfield as well, so he does bring a little bit more versatility. But as far as size and physicality, you're almost looking at the same type of player. I think Tyler Algier is a little bit more physical. He was willing to run people over. Brian Robinson could do that as well, but he also can do a little bit more out of the backfield, so he can do a little bit more. I feel like this is a very excellent signing. Ian Cunningham and Matt Ryan and them are making some very good moves that are very difficult to question. I mean, we could sit here and look at other things about who's being signed, why we're not swinging for the fences for big names. I think the cheat code that they're trying to unlock is get players that have talent that's trying to prove themselves. And at that point, it's the cream rise to the top. If they prove themselves, they probably will end up getting paid by the Falcons. If not, it's a 1 year deal, no loss, no harm, no foul, right? So with all of these signings that we've seen, we're starting to get that kind of a sense. Nobody's getting a long-term deal. I think, 2, maybe 3 years at the most. I think one guy got signed for 3 years. I know Dotson got signed for 2. But when you look at everything else, it's like a bunch of 1 year deals. Now, I didn't look at what are the whole signing mechanics with Robinson. I want to say it's a 1 year deal as well. But at the same time, like I said, no harm, no foul. You make it to a point where you prove yourself, you may get a 3-4 year deal. If not, we'll just cut our losses and, just start over again. So I feel like Ian Cunningham is finding a way to bring in talent that they can use to have them on a prove it deal where it's friendly for the organization. And to be quite honest, it's friendly for the player too, because some of these guys, they haven't really, established themselves in the previous situation they were in, or they may have established themselves and they just wasn't able to get a deal that they felt comparable. So they got to go out and show the world that they're able to get that type of deal. And this is where the tours come in. You can even say this is where Dotson comes in at. Ojulari is another one that could be that way. Definitely the kid from the Texans that came here. I think it was Christian Harris. He's definitely one of those type of guys. And we also end up signing a safety from the Eagles. We got to through via trade. Another guy that was, sitting behind a couple of other guys and was able to, make some plays, but he's able to come through and try to make a name for himself. So when you look at guys like, Bowman, I think Xavier Watson and definitely Jesse Bates, those are the guys that are going to be the safeties back there. But I think this kid could actually, challenge Bowman for that nickel slash, what is it, blitz and safety type of guy. So that, you just need that depth as well. So when you look at that and you look at the running back situation where we do need another running back and we got another receiver, you look at everything with the defensive line, we end up getting another center. I mean, we are making some moves where even the average or even the below average, Falcon fan could sit here and be like, you know what? This looks all right. You know what? It's okay. I can get with this. And this is the thing that we got to get used to. We got to get used to this because we always try to get that one big signing or a couple of solid signings, and that'll be it. This one is like a major overhaul on what the Falcons are used to, not as just a fan base, but an organization. I haven't seen a situation where we get all of these type of free agents at the value that we're getting them, and a lot of these guys are on prove-it deals. I mean, I think Robinson and Bijan Robinson and Brian Robinson, I think both of these guys could be very complimentary to a Tua or Michael Penix. I think this is going to be really good. and then you bring all those guys on defense. I mean, I know, our defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich got to be loving this. He got to be loving it. So this is what I'm saying. I feel like at the end of the day, this is good for the organization. I think this is what's needed, a different lens or a different path or just a different vision of what the Falcons need to be. Because it's been like this for damn near a few decades where we got to go and get that guy, either through the draft or free agency or trade. We got to get that guy. This time, we're not doing that. We're just getting some pieces that could pretty much complement the quarterback and some pieces that can get after the quarterback. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. So, oh yeah, we did sign another cornerback as well. I think he's with the Raiders or something. I can't remember his name, but yeah, this news just been flying under the radar. But we've been getting some really solid players. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. I got to get back on making the content over here. It's just not that much going on. I do plan on going to Statesboro on the 4th. I want to go to the spring game, so I will be making content about that. That is the plan right now. Not 100%, but that's the plan. So we will be getting back into swinging things over here, as well as what I'm doing on my gaming channel. I have the link down in the description for that if you want to see any of my gaming stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Peace.